My name is Robert. I will present an application. It's a little bit off topic. I will explain later on how this relates to you. The application is called Rundfunk mitbestimmen, and it's about public broadcasting in Germany. I guess everybody will pay public broadcasting here in this room because all of you live in Germany. And since 2013, everybody has to pay whether or not you actually use it. And you pay 17 euros 50 every month. And this is the amount of money that was collected in 2015. So 8 billion euros every year. 8 billion. Now, who's responsible for this money? We have 9 local so-called broadcasting councils and 9 national broadcasting councils. Here's an example. This is the MDR Broadcasting Council. They meet every 3 months and decide who's getting how much. And I think we can do better. Now, I think, yes. Thank you. I think we, the consumers, are the best to decide if a broadcast is good or not. And we, the contributors, are the best to say how we want to see our monies distributed. And I said, well, how about, wouldn't it be nice to have some kind of web application where people can just publish how they want to see their monies distributed? And since I'm a web developer, I thought to myself, well, you can just do it, right? And create a web application that basically does it. Now, this is the workflow. It consists of 3 steps. First, you get an account. Then you select the broadcast that you want to pay for. You get suggestions. Finally, you can, from those broadcasts you selected, you can say and distribute your money among them. Okay, short live demo. This is the current prototype. We have 74 registered users. In total, that makes 1,100 euros every month. This is only them, so this will increase hopefully. And I think I'm logged in, yes, so I can say participant now, and then we'll see some suggestions, and I can say whether I want to pay for it. Yes. Oh, hackers. Yes. Anyways, now I can issue my invoice, and we see we have a monthly budget of 17 euro 50. By default, it's distributed evenly, so I did that already. This is basically my invoice, and this is what I see. The data is published anonymously, and it all ends up in a huge table, which you can see here. Yeah, so these are the top 10 of all broadcasts that I have in my database right now. Sorted by total amount. Now, this should give you a rough idea. How did I implement it? It's a single pager. The front end is built in Ember.js, and the backend is a Rails API. Both communicate through a JSON API. Now here is how you fit in. Not only Ember.js loves JSON APIs, but also native mobile applications. So we could basically, for example, create a native mobile application on iOS, and you could, for example, listen to a radio broadcast and select the radio station, and the app could, for example, find the broadcast for you, suggest it to you, and you can support it. Just one possible use case. It's 100 open source what I do here. It's the data that I produce is licensed under Creative Commons, and I'm not running a business here, so this is non-profit. Basically, I'm doing kind of internet activism. And I also contacted the responsible people. So, Mr. Ilke is a member of the Broadcasting Council that you just see, and he is a member of this Broadcasting Council since 1997. And he says to me, what you do is politically explosive. Fair enough. And yes, so if you want, I'm looking for allies. If you want to contribute, it's not only code, you can also just try out the app publish your data, give me feedback because I'm doing lean development. Last but not least, well, I'm also looking for developers who want to join me. So, this is all I have. You find all the contact details of me on the URL. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. If you program for publicity, then you get that's what we have in the US, because the majority is not thinking your way.
So
they will select Saturday night German hits and things, and you will never ever get what you want to this.
So this remark is basically something like the majority is stupid.
No, the majority is someone else than you.
That's absolutely correct, of course. Thank you very much for your remark. I cannot say that people choose wisely, but I want to prove it, right? So we have only 74 users right now, and for me, it looks actually pretty reasonable. So there are many broadcasts that are about, for example, investigative journalism, like this one, that are on the top 10.
But these are early adopters. Of course, there's a huge selection bias. So.
Yes.
How about the bottom list? Who didn't get anything?
See?
Who didn't get anything? Like the bottom.
That's politics.
So I think AA surfers, that's really sad. So it's an experiment. No one has ever tried this. Okay, so I'm trying to prove that there's a huge difference between the TV rankings, which is passive choice. I'm just turning on the TV, and this one, where I actually have to think about my decision. And of course, it may be that you're right, that people will be different and will choose differently. But I believe that when you actively decide on it, and you have to think about whether I want to spend my money, then this will also affect the results. Yes?
Don't you have like the essentially the same conflict if you look at the Mediatheken, for example, like where people choose actively what they see, and you see different rankings on what's popular than what you see on the usual quotas?
Yes, correct. So yes, absolutely, and so I can tell you a lot of things. I don't know.
It's a Mediathek without play buttons.
Yes. So actually, for example, one example. Think about those people who don't use public broadcasting at all. Nevertheless, they have to pay for it, and maybe they have a right on content. So from the TV rankings and also from the data which is on the Mediatheken, you will never find those people that don't use it at all, but they also have an opinion, or maybe they want to support certain broadcasts that they think they are great, even if they don't use it. For example, children's broadcasts. So number 2 is Die Sendung mit der Maus, which is a very famous broadcast for children. And I don't think that many of my users actually are watching this. They just think that's right, that's cool, and that's good quality, and that's why they choose it. So the difference between TV rankings or passive, like usage data, and active, thoughtful decisions, I think there's a big difference there. We'll see.
When did you start putting it online?
See?
When did you put it online?
I think 2 months ago.
Okay.
Thank you very much.